Jai Hind everyone, myself Sandeep Yadav, Assistant Professor CSE Department, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on Project Management and Entrepreneurship, which is a subject that is being taught to all the BTech students in 7th semester or in 8th semester, either in 8th or 7th. So today I am going to deliver a lecture on unit number 1st in PME, whose subject code is KHU 802 in 8th semester, and in 7th semester it is KHU 702. So the content of today's lecture are meaning, definition, concept of entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship development, entrepreneurship mindset, and some common myths to becoming an entrepreneur and how to overcome them. The first we shall be discussing what is an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is considered a person who sets up his own business or industry. That is the person who has the required skill set, requisitive, initiative, innovative mindset, who aims good, who has a high goal in mindset. The entrepreneur is the person, the individual that identifies the opportunities, gather the necessary resources, and ultimately responsible for the performance of the organization. That is, he is the person who take risk, invest a lot of capital, and in the end he gains high. Entrepreneurs are action oriented, highly motivated individuals who take risk to achieve goals. So it is not a normal job like a service class people do. Entrepreneurs are highly action oriented, highly motivated. Their job is 24/7, not 9 hours or 10 hours or 8 hours daily. They are having the full time job and they have to take risk to achieve the goals. Entrepreneurs are the job creators in the society. That is, they play a vital role in the economic development of any country of the world. The word entrepreneur is derived from the French word entreprendre, which means go between or to undertake. Webster Dictionary describes it as one who organizes, manage and assume the risk of a business or enterprise. Now, as per the Oxford Dictionary, entrepreneur is defined as a person who undertake an enterprise with a chance of profit or a loss. Maybe he will gain or he will lose, depending on the situation. Entrepreneur is a person who undertakes a business activity of which he has no background and faced a considerable risk. That is, he is not having the family business, right? He starts from the scratch and face considerable risk in the process. If either of the two elements, no background or considerable risk is missing, then he is no longer an entrepreneur. So many of the students may become an entrepreneur if they decide to do so, because the main aim must be to create the job. Don't be a job seeker, but be a job creator. That is the main motto of entrepreneurship. Enterprise is bold undertaking as per the Oxford Dictionary. An entrepreneur is an individual who bears the risk of operating business in the face of uncertainty about the future conditions. The market is extremely volatile, uncertainty is there, but it is the risk-taking capabilities of entrepreneur which help him to sail through that particular phase. Entrepreneurship is a philosophy or the process through which an entrepreneur seeks innovation and employment. So three terms are there: entrepreneurship and enterprise. So entrepreneur, who is entrepreneur? Any person is an entrepreneur whosoever decide to do that. Entrepreneurship is a philosophy or the process, and enterprise is the object. Now, according to Richard Cantillon, as a person, entrepreneur is a person who pays a certain price to product to resell it at uncertain price thereby making the decision about obtaining and using the resources while consequently admitting the risk of enterprise. According to Adam Smith, is a well-known person, Adam Smith, an individual who undertake the formation of an organization for commercial purpose by recognizing the potential demand for goods and services and thereby acting as an economic agent and transforming demand into supply. Now, according to Peter F. Drucker, an entrepreneur is a person who always searches for changes, respond to it and exploit it as an opportunity. He believes in increasing the value and consumer satisfaction. Consumer satisfaction is extremely important. Thus, a professional manager who mobilizes the resource, allocate them to make a commercial gain from opportunity is an entrepreneur. The basic purpose of individual, any entrepreneur or a capitalist is profit maximization, but in the process of doing so, they play a vital role in the development of the country, create the wealth for the nations as well as create the opportunities of employment for vast majority of society. Thereby they create wealth for the country also. Now, one more definition as per the Francis Walker, entrepreneur is the one who is endowed with more than average capacity in the task of organizing and coordinating various other factors of production. He should be pioneer and a leader of the industry. Now, one more definition. According to Joseph Schumpeter, entrepreneur is an innovator who carries out new combination to initiate the process of the economic development through the introduction of product, new market, new resource material and establishment of new organization. See, these are very vital terms that we are being using here. New product he is launching. He will be searching the market also. He will be having the new resource of raw material and establishment of the organization. So, these are all the things that he need to do. The process of development is deliberate and continuous, which is actively promoted by the services of a change agent who provide economic leadership. So, in a nutshell, we can say that entrepreneur has a systematic innovation mindset that is used for the purposeful and organized searches of changes as well as systematic analysis of the opportunity that such change may offer for the economic and social transformation. Now, the evolutions of entrepreneur, we can see it from the ancient time onwards, that is described in Dharma as well as in Manusmriti and in various agriculture activities, in handicraft, iron, clothes, livestock. There have been entrepreneurs since ancient times. People ventured outside, took the risk in ancient time also. Now, entrepreneurship in pre-independence and before 1950, various tasks were performed: stone carving, jewelry, designing, metalwork, handicraft by Parsis. Notable example is of Parsis, the Jains, the Marwadis, the Gujaratis, the Punjabis. Now, during the third period, that is from 1850 to 1947, Britishers start harnessing the natural resources of India to their own advantage. They developed railways, ports, roads, post offices, ordnance factories, jute industry was developed, tea was developed. Earlier, tea was not grown in India. It was the Britishers who set up the tea industry. They started exploitation of the coal, took it to the outside, but in turn, India developed the coal industry, the textile sectors was there. That period also saw the emergence of various Parsis entrepreneurs like Godrej, Tata. They create a huge entrepreneurship environment in the pre-independence era in India. Then there are also Swadeshi movement launched by Gandhiji and all the independence fighters who vowed that we must be taking proud in Swadeshi. we must take the things that are Swadeshi, so that we become self-reliant and not dependent on outsides. Then thereafter comes the independence era, that started after the independence. The Industrial Policy Resolution IPR 1946 was specifically launched. Then various entrepreneurs, Dalmias, Goenkas, Singhanias, Bajaj, Kirloskar start rising. Then again a new Industrial Policy Resolution IPR 1956 was started, and we saw the development of public sector and heavy industries, especially by the public sectors were required at that time, because our country was in nascent stage, it was highly underdeveloped, so there was not much capital. So it was the responsibility of the government at that time to venture into the market and set up some sectors by itself. Then we carried out the nationalization of the bank, so that even poor people are able to have the facility of bank, they can have an account, and these things continue till this date. Then we have the formation of National Small Industry Corporation, so that we can set up small companies, small industries at village level, in handloom level, so that the small entrepreneurs are developed and they employ different peoples in them. Then KVIC, Khadi and Village Industry, it was a dream of Gandhi ji that Khadi is being popularized, as it was the dress of our country since ancient time. MSME was set up, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, and still it is playing a vital role in industry in creating the environment for the entrepreneurs. SFC was set up, NISBIRD was set up, EDDI is set up. Then this thing still continues, and there is a rising family entrepreneurships. Now in international level, we can say that person bearing risk or profit in fixed price, that is contract. Richard Catlin describes person bearing risk is different from capital supplier, risk bearer. Jane Baptista says shifts economic resources out from an area of lower to higher productivity and greater yield. As per Francis Walker, distinguish between those who supplied funds and received interest and those who received profit from the managerial capability, that is leader who mobilizes the resource, who take the risk, who organizes and who coordinates. As per the John Sumter, innovator who develops untried technologies, who brings innovations, creates productivity. Now in 1961, David McClelland developed a highly proposed theory, the need for 3A, highly motivated, energetic, modern risk taker. Peter Drucker says the search for change, respond to it and exploit the opportunity, that is, it is an opportunity focused theory. Then Kirchner and Arbituger, who discover opportunity at low price and sell it at high price because of intertemporal and interspatial demand, that is, it is highly demand based. And Carl Vesper lays emphasis on environment, that is seen differently by economists, psychologists and businessmen, politicians. The charm of becoming entrepreneur. Number one, the chance to create our own destiny, not to be dependent on earth, but on ourselves, to be at the top of the world. Opportunity to make differences, that is, we are creating something new, different from another, that is one of the thing. Then opportunity to reach one full potential, to tap one full potential, to utilize your all the talent. Opportunity to reap impressive profit, to gain capital, to become rich, so that you enjoy all the luxury of the life. Opportunity to contribute to the society in terms of providing various products to the society, by generating the revenue, as well as by creating the employment opportunity to a large section of society. Opportunity to do whatever one enjoy, but within the permitted situations of the country, that is as per the law of the land that you have to do. Now, what are the pros and cons of becoming an entrepreneur? First, you are the boss. All the profits are yours. An entrepreneur is the boss and he is having all the profits. There will be great variety in roles and tasks, increase. He will be having the high confidence level. Work will be satisfied and success will give immense satisfaction, but there are various cons also. He is the alone person. He is the alone person. He has to take all the risk. All the losses will be here. All the decision will be here. He is not having the normal job of 8 hours or 9 hours. He is doing the job of 24/7. Lack of success will affect self-esteem. Not all the persons who set up enterprise become successful. Hardly 5 to 10% are successful. Rest are failures. In case of failure, a person will affect his self-exit, and exiting the business is also difficult. Pressure will be there, but the entrepreneur has to withstand the pressure. Otherwise, it will affect his social as well as the family life. He will not be able to do. So, he has to maintain a balance between the work pressure as well as the family life. Now, entrepreneur is a person. We have already discussed what about entrepreneur. He is a person who starts the enterprises, and the process of creation is known as entrepreneurship. Now, entrepreneur is the actor and entrepreneurship is the act. The outcome of the actor and the act is called enterprise. An enterprise, as we see, is the business organization that is formed and that provides jobs, creates services and contribute to the national income, contribute to the overall development of the country on economic scale. Now, we shall be discussing some of the characteristics of entrepreneur. First is vision. An entrepreneur is a person who is having a dream, who visualize the ways and the means. He has a dream, he foresees the ways as to how to achieve it. In doing so, he visualizes what are the demands of the market. No business will survive if it does not see the market demands. Socio-economic environment, he has to see what are the economic conditions of country is there, what the society is there, and technological environment, whether that is feasible technologically or not. Based on these dynamics, he visualizes a future for his new venture. And an entrepreneur has to be a knowledgeable person about all the technicalities of the business, whether technical, operational, financial or market related. He must have an urge to succeed, the desire to succeed. The dreams are not just limited to achieving one goals, but he has to constantly work to achieve higher goals. Independence. An entrepreneur needs independence in the work and designing and decision making. He does not have to follow the thumb rules. He creates his own rules and create his own destiny, and these rules are followed by the employees of his organization. Optimistic. He has to be an optimistic person about achieving the vision. If he is not optimistic, then he will not be able to withstand the pressure, and he has to be the value addition is there. That is, the entrepreneur need not to follow the traditional thumb rules. He will frame his own rules. He has constant desire to do something new to the existing business. They create, innovate, add value to the existing product as well as the services. Now, next characteristic is leadership. An entrepreneur has an excellent capabilities of a leader. He is a good planner, organizer, having good communication skill, good decision maker, take initiative to implement plans, and is having highly result oriented. That is, he possesses all the quality of a good leader. He has to lead from the front, so he has to have these capabilities. He cannot be a backbencher, and he should be hardworking. That is, he should be workaholic. Work is worship for an entrepreneur. He put in continuous effort to achieve success and work, so that there is no substitute for hard work. And he has a high risk taking capability. Risk is inherent and inseparable element of entrepreneurship. He assumes the uncertainty of a future. An entrepreneur guarantees rent to the landlord, wages to the employees, and interest to the investor in the hope of earning more and more than the expense. Risks are there, but if he don't take risk, then he will not be able to be successful. The other characteristics are mental ability. He should have sound mental ability, clearly defined objective, business secrecy should be maintained. He must have good HR capability as well as the communication, should have good technical knowledge. He should be achievement oriented. He must be have perseverance and ethical. He should be motivator. It is extremely important that he should be a motivator. Then he should be self-confident. He should have long-term vision in his mindset as well as short-term vision also, and medium-term vision also. And he should have high energy level so that the employees are motivated. He should be a problem solver as well as the initiator as well as the goal setter. That is all about the various characteristics of entrepreneurs that we have discussed in today's session. Now next topics shall be discussed in next series of lectures. Thank you.